The New Orleans Saints found their quarterback, and almost nobody outside Louisiana noticed. Tyler Shough walked into a 1-7 disaster and walked out with a 5-4 record as the starter. He turned a dead offense into one of the hottest units in football down the stretch. And there is a rookie arriving this summer who finishes every block with the fury of a freight train. His name stays a secret for now. What he brings reshapes the entire personality of this team. The front office spent like a group with something to prove. They handed Travis Etienne a 4-year deal worth $52 million to fix a broken run game. They drafted Jordan Tyson 8th overall to stand across from Chris Olave, the receiver who caught 100 passes for 1,163 yards and earned All-Pro honors. And they signed one offensive lineman who once protected 2 different most valuable players. David Edwards arrived from Buffalo on a 4-year, $61 million contract. The reason his signing matters more than the price tag stays buried until later. On defense, Brandon Staley enters his 2nd year with a plan most fans never saw coming. A 2nd-year safety is taking first-team reps at the most important position in his scheme. Caden Ellis is back in black and gold. Chase Young is hunting quarterbacks again. And the division around them looks soft enough to steal. The Falcons, the Panthers, and the Buccaneers all carry questions at quarterback. The Saints think they solved theirs. By the end of this breakdown, you will understand why New Orleans believes the NFC South runs through the Superdome. But before we get into that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Saints and all the NFL content. Let's aim for 500 likes on this video. When Tyler Shough took the field in Week 8, New Orleans sat at 1 win and 7 losses. The season looked finished. The fan base had one eye on the draft. Then the rookie from Louisville changed the math. He led the Saints to a 5-4 finish. Threw for 2,384 yards, 10 touchdowns, and only 6 interceptions. 3 of those wins came on fourth-quarter comebacks. He added 3 rushing scores with his legs. A franchise drifting toward a top draft pick suddenly looked alive, and the city woke up with it. The numbers tell a deeper story than the record. Shough posted a 103.3 passer rating on 3rd down, the best mark in the entire NFL. He topped most valuable player candidates and every other rookie in his class on the down where drives live or die. New blocker David Edwards sees something familiar. He protected Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, and Josh Allen before New Orleans, and he points to the same trait in Shough, a mind and a calm under pressure he found in all 3. Edwards led with the mental side before he mentioned the arm or the feet, and the praise carried weight. The leap from year 1 to year 2 comes from comfort, and Shough looks comfortable. Reporters at OTAs describe a quarterback pushing the ball downfield and organizing throwing sessions on his own. He no longer plays at full speed with no breaks. He sees the field slower and cleaner. The talent around him grew over one offseason, and the man under center grew with it. He has spent the spring rallying teammates and demanding extra reps. The bigger question is whether the weapons match the trigger. The Saints handed Tyler Shough a brand new arsenal. Jordan Tyson arrived as the 8th overall pick out of Arizona State, a rookie receiver with sticky hands and a nose for the end zone. He steps in across from a true number 1 and gives this offense a second threat it lacked all of last season. He is the highest drafted Saints receiver in decades. Behind Chris Olave, no Saints pass catcher, topped 300 yards in the final stretch. One rookie fixes a glaring hole and forces defenses to pick their poison. Chris Olave carried the passing game by himself and still produced a career year. 100 catches, 1,163 yards, 9 touchdowns, 2nd team All-Pro. He did it on a 5th-year option worth $15 million, while waiting on an extension expected to clear $30 million per season. He has shown up to the offseason program as a sign the deal is close. With Tyson drawing coverage and Devon Vele working the slot, defenses lose the luxury of doubling Olave on every snap. The backfield got a facelift too. Travis Etienne brings burst and pass, catching ability the Saints have missed. The kind of back who turns a short throw into a long gain. Alvin Kamara still has snaps left in the tank and wisdom to share with the room. A 4-year, $52 million bet says New Orleans wants to control games on the ground and protect a young quarterback. But the move drawing the loudest reaction this offseason landed on the other side of the ball, and it shocked the people who expected a splash. Everyone expected the Saints to chase a big name for the middle of their defense. Alontae Taylor left for Tennessee and a $58 million deal. Veteran captain Demario Davis signed with the Jets after years as the heartbeat of the locker room. The star role, the engine of Brandon Staley's scheme, sat wide open. Fans waited for a free agent or a high pick to fill it. New Orleans did the opposite. They spent nothing and pointed to a player already on the roster. Jonas Sankor is taking first-team reps at the Star, and the staff sounds convinced. The second-year safety started 16 games as a rookie, piled up 80 tackles, and grabbed 2 interceptions when injuries forced him into the lineup. He filled in for a hurt veteran and never gave the job back. Staley has built this position around names like Derwin James and Jalen Ramsey. He sees the same versatility in Sankor, a defender who covers the slot, fills the run, and blitzes off the edge on a single call. The coaches praise his football intelligence above all. The bet does not stop there. Caden Ellis returns to the franchise where his career began, ready to roam as a weak side playmaker with sack money built into his deal. Chase Young keeps bending the edge and collapsing pockets. Kool-Aid McKinstry and Quincy Riley hold down the corners as a young, cheap tandem. The defense finished its first year under Staley ahead of schedule, and the front office trusts the young core to take the next jump. The roster underneath all of this hides one more surprise. Here is the rookie, teased at the start. His name is Jeremiah Wright, a guard out of Auburn, the Saints, grabbed at pick 132. He stands 6'5" and weighs 331 pounds, and he led the Tigers with 33 knockdown blocks in a single season. He started 24 straight games at right guard and finishes every rep with a mean streak. Scouts call him a power blocker who moves bodies at the point of attack. The freight train is real, and he plays angry. Wright lands on a line stacked with first-round talent. Kelvin Banks anchors the left side after a strong rookie year at left tackle. Talise Fuaga holds the right after settling into his natural spot. Eric McCoy remains one of the best centers in football when healthy. Cesar Ruiz mans right guard, the one position still open to a real challenge. A nasty young rookie pushing a proven veteran for snaps sharpens the whole room and raises the floor. Depth like this kept the Saints standing through a brutal run of injuries which wrecked the line and forced 5 different bodies into one spot last season. The draft added more than muscle up front. Jordan Tyson headlined the class with tight end Oscar Delp, receiver Bryce Lance, and return man Barian Brown filling out the board. Defensive back Jaden Price has impressed enough to push for a roster spot as a rookie. Mickey Loomis built a young, cheap, hungry core around a quarterback still on a rookie contract. The cost structure buys flexibility everywhere else on the roster. The math of this window is exactly why the division matters so much right now. The NFC South sits there for the taking. 8 wins took the crown last season. 9 wins clears it comfortably. No team in the division looks built to run away with it, and New Orleans owns the cleanest path of the 4. A young quarterback on a cheap deal with a deep roster is the profile a soft division rewards, and the Saints check every box on the list. Look at the competition. The Falcons keep sorting through a quarterback picture with Michael Penix Jr. under the microscope and a defense in transition. The Panthers still answer questions about Bryce Young and whether his ceiling matches the draft slot. The Buccaneers lean on Baker Mayfield, while the rest of the roster ages around him. Every rival carries doubt at the most important position on the field. The Saints feel settled there for the first time since Drew Brees retired. New Orleans went 5-4 down the stretch. against real competition with a rookie under center and a thin receiver room. Now the quarterback has a full offseason, a true #1 rookie target, a rebuilt line, fresh legs in the backfield, and a defense ahead of schedule. The gap between this team and the rest of the South shrank in a hurry. The Saints already played winning football with half the pieces in place. The schedule sets up well for a club rounding into form, and the roster runs deeper now than any Saints group in recent memory. And one signing in particular explains why the offense should take the biggest leap of all. Now, the reveal. The reason David Edwards matters more than his $61 million contract has nothing to do with the money. It has to do with the men he kept upright. Edwards protected Matthew Stafford in Los Angeles, blocked for Jared Goff before Detroit, and cleared lanes for Josh Allen in Buffalo. Two of those quarterbacks own Most Valuable Player trophies. He arrives knowing exactly what elite quarterback play needs around it, and he sees the same future in his new signal caller. For years, the Saints' offensive line was a turnstile. 5 players took snaps at one position last season alone. Eric McCoy tore a muscle and missed a chunk of the year. Injuries shuffled the lineup week to week and never let the unit gel. Edwards plugs left guard with a steady veteran who improved as a pass blocker and grades out strong in the run game. Pair him with the 2 young tackles and the all-pro center. Drop the freight train Jeremiah Wright into the depth behind Cesar Ruiz, and the trenches finally look solved for the first time in years. A fixed line changes everything for Tyler Shuck. Clean pockets turn his third down magic into a full season weapon. Open lanes turn Travis Etienne loose and keep Alvin Kamara fresh for the moments he is needed most. The man who blocked for 2 most valuable players now blocks for a quarterback chasing the same path. The pieces fit. The investment was deliberate. The only thing left to settle is how high this team climbs. Put it together and the picture gets exciting. A second-year quarterback coming off a 5-4 finish. A rebuilt offensive line with a punishing rookie in the mix. A true #1 rookie receiver in Jordan Tyson. A defense ahead of schedule under Brandon Staley. A backfield with fresh legs and a proven veteran. New Orleans was one of the hottest teams in football to close last season, and the roster only got stronger this spring. Every layer of this team improved at the same time, on both sides of the ball. Here's the bold one. This team wins 10 games and takes the NFC South, and nobody in the division is built to stop them. Tyler Shuck finishes the year in the top 10 of passer rating and ends every doubt about whether the Saints found their franchise quarterback. The doubters who slept on this team all offseason will spend the fall explaining how they missed it. Drop your own win total in the comments and tell me where I am wrong, then subscribe before the next breakdown drops so you never miss a beat on the black and gold. The NFC South runs through the Superdome again. The pieces are young, the quarterback is rising, and the window is wide open. Next, we break down the one position battle in training camp with the power to make or break this entire season. The freight train is only the beginning, and the rest of the league is about to find out the hard way.